Hello, all you wonderful and beautiful people in the YouTube world. My name's Michelle, I'm the Music Mom, and I'm in a collaboration called Transforming Thursday. This collaboration was started by Transforming Melody and Spanky Cola, also known as Rhonda. Hope you're doing well, Rhonda. Thinking of you and praying for you, for your recovery and your journey back to healthy. Thumbs up. And also Transforming Melody, I am praying for you so that you find which way God wants you to go with the employment or whatever it may be. Good luck and blessings. Today, I would like to talk to you about how God is transforming me and has been transforming me this past week. I am a very jovial person most of the time, except when hormones decide to do their own thing or stress. But most of the time I am a pretty happy person. And I like to be happy because it shows the joy that God gives me. And that's what I want to share with you today. God wants us to be happy here. And even though we may struggle and have some rough times and things that are not the greatest that happen to us. So He wants us to find joy in whatever it is. Right now, I am finding joy in the morning because my windows are still open, and even at night, even though it gets down into the 50s and 40s, it's just such a joy to hear in the morning the birds and the scurrying of the other little animals that are outside. It is so fun. Or like when I was walking in the fields the other day and there was a fox just crossing my up my path. It was just neat. And then an elk decided to just stand right in our side yard pasture. It was, not really far away from our home, and it was just lots of neat joys. But not only the joys of that, when I go to work and see the faces of the children, oh my goodness, I mean, they are just so fun, whatever ages, whether they be 5 or 13 and 14, they're so fun to see, and their faces and their eagerness to learn. It is such a joy, and I want to share my joy with them, and it is just a pleasure. Many of you have heard of Mother Teresa of Calcutta, the little nun that went around and just took care of people in the streets of India, of Calcutta, and many other cities these sisters are in. It was an amazing woman. I did not realize she, for 50 years of her life, 50 years, she didn't feel God at all. Not 1 ounce of God. But she still felt joy because she knew she was doing the work of Christ. She knew that when she was walking around and helping these people, she saw Christ. She might not have felt God, but she was Christ to all those people. So she was the light in the world where she was. And that is so amazing. When we have those times that we feel so, or where are you, God? And we know He's holding us. But 50 years? Oh my goodness. Amazing woman. In an amazing faith. And I know she's not the only one out there that has had this. And so I want to share with you also that when you are struggling and you think that God's not there, He is. Just keep doing His work. Show others around the joy and His love through what you do, whether it be being a mom or just being a neighbor. Just those smiles that you give to other people, that is so important. When you're walking down the street, well, where I live, there are so many homeless people. For a smaller area in Colorado, we have an immense amount of homeless people and lots of people holding signs up. I don't know their circumstances, and and I'm not going to get into what I think or the political stuff about that, but I always give them a smile, and I say a prayer for them. And or an older person walking down the street or coming into the store with you, I'm smiling at them and saying hello and how's your day. You know, those little things are what God wants us to do for others, no matter how we feel inside. You know, I always joke with my husband and my children are so annoyed by me when we go shopping, because when I get in the line checkout, I'm always picking on the checkout person and telling them, you know, silly things, or, you know, like, how's your day? I don't know. How do you want me to answer that? Do you want the good, the bad, or the ugly? You know, silly things like that, because I want to see a smile on their face. And, you know, they look up and like, you know, they've been checking out for a while and everybody's, you know, going through their normal routines. And when you have so many people that go by in a larger community, it's just like a mundane thing, and it's just like a tedious thing. They need to feel the joy. And you know, that's great that I tease them, and, you know, and things like that. Even though my kids get annoyed with it, they sort of like it too, even though it's silly. Another thing I love to do, and maybe you could do too, is, oh goodness, I just lost my train of thought. Imagine that. It is, it's just wherever I go, I try to spread joy. I try to lift up the room, because even though you're having a bad day, it is important to know that there are people out there that are struggling so much worse than us. So that is how God has transformed me. He has blessed me with a jovial soul, and I'm very glad for that. That is one of my favorite traits of myself that God has given me, and I thank Him very much. And I hope someday when I feel more comfortable, you know, Sandy on To Be Fit, she just shares it all the time, and she just is a hoot, and I love it. And I'd like to share that too, because, and you know, Spanky Cola, she's just a hoot, and Melody and all the others, you know, they just show their personality, and that's impressive. So maybe someday I can share mine a little bit more with you when I get a little bit more comfortable. But I love spreading the joy to the world. So you all have a very blessed day. May the Lord let His face shine down upon you. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day. Remember to check out these other wonderful people that are doing this Transformation Thursday. They deserve thumbs up. They're awesome. Bye.